You didn't score a Cassavetes film. You did music for John. And it scared me because it had nothing to do with anything I'd ever heard before. It wasn't film music. It was raw. He fell in love with the innocence, and that's why he tripped everybody up all the time. He didn't want you to be on a familiar ground. He didn't want you to be comfortable. That was dangerous. It was death to him. The lyrics on Almost are like everything else we did. They weren't clever. He'd come into the music room and he'd just sit down and he said, "You got any tape up?" And I'd go, "Yeah." And we'd put out a couple of mics. I'd be at the piano or I'd have a guitar in my lap and he'd pull a mic down. He just started spilling that lyric. "I'm almost in love with you." And it happened quickly. He wrote 95% of the lyric, maybe 100%, and we just shuffled it around a little bit.
I've been pointed out by people. My name is Mud. I've been dreaming all the dreams and dancing in the evening, singing in the shower, but nothing seems to take your place. I'm almost in love with you. I nearly miss you. I've hardly seen you. When I do, I get a feeling that something should be there.
They came right from his gut, put a smile on his face, and he walked out of the room. John, who had no musical sense at all, I mean, he was tone deaf. He had no fear. He'd start banging on the piano with 2 fingers or something to give me a sense of the rage, or tinkle. And it was terrible music, but he'd communicate an idea to you. I didn't read or write music. So we worked on that plane. It was just an artistic bridge. I listened, he talked. I played, he listened.
This is the first draft for opening night, talk through.
It was quiet, like a holy night. I was frightened with the crowds in sight. They were noisy. All the work of my lifetime pushed into this one and only moment. Every tear I've shed, every laugh I've laughed, every insight into woman, every feeling of delight, everything. Holy God Almighty, this was opening night. I've seen pain, and I've seen it come again. Seen the road, and I've seen the light. Holy God Almighty, this was opening night. I wish I made some fucking tone deaf.
I've had long conversations with so many people about John's movies.